It's pretty funny because somebody saw that they posted it. All right. Yeah. It was like, New Orleans has a trash problem. Wait a minute. Are we talking about the people?
You just find about this now? Yeah.
Are we talking about the people? I was like, oh, come on, man. I love that town. That is one of my favorite cities in the country. And they've had it rough. But so this is the trash parade that was held by residents. Okay, on September 18th, and it's unbelievable that thanks to climate change, your city probably will too. And it's talking about how infrequently they stop, how infrequently they're picking up the garbage. Parts of the city went weeks without garbage collection in the aftermath of the storm, leaving food wet, debris to rot, heat, attracting swarms of disease carrying insects, vermin. I mean, it's unreal. Okay. Alexander Wallace said the last time his trash was picked up before the storm was August 19th, 10 days before Ida hit. It wasn't picked up again until September 29th, a month after the hurricane. Okay, and that was one of the last in the city to have its trash all the way. So again, that was one of the more extreme cases, but the scent in the air, the maggots, the clouds of flies, that's nasty. Okay. Between September and October, non-emergency service received over 5,000 calls to report missed trash pickups. There's a reference there. 7th Ward, okay, which is pretty well known. Okay, representing the most calls, and of course they're the ones that are the least funded. It's on week 7 without a trash pickup. So that's what we're dealing with here. You're muted, by the way.
I was saying that other ward isn't there anymore. Doesn't exist.
Yeah, so, what you mean the lower 9th?
Yeah, that one's gone. So interesting. Like I've got when we first got this house, it was in foreclosure, whatever, when we bought it, right? And it was completely fucked up. And at one point, the county I live in wasn't allowing trash pickup, right? And the people who lived here decided that they were just going to, right out the back door where they had 3 infants in a utility room, right? They were with the crack of under the door about 2 inches, right outside that door. They just started stacking up. They put some wood up to in some trees to block it off a little, and they just started putting all their trash out there, right? So when we fucking went to the house, we had to go through all that fucking trash and bag it up, and fucking, it was disgusting.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, well, this whole thing is gross, but Louisiana's no stranger to storm cleanup, right? A parade of sanitation workers mobilized to, essentially that they know how to clean up and they know how to collect trash. So what's going on here? All right, and one of Mayor LaToya Cantrell's short-term solutions was to open up a drop-off site in the neighborhood to allow residents to dispose of bagged household garbage, which is crazy. And the reason why here, the idea that it is appropriate in any capacity to ask people to take biohazard into their vehicles was unfathomable. And there's a reason why in garbage trucks, the people who are driving are separated from the toxicity of the contents in their truck. Dangerous.
Yep.
Right.
I remember having to do that in Live Oak. We'd have to take trash up to the trash place.
So again, I encourage people to go through and read this article in full. It is pretty extensive, and it talks about how much we produce trash-wise compared to everybody else. So we are certainly responsible for that. I know I got 3 kids. We're taking out the trash, and we fill up a full-size kitchen trash bag every day. And there are families I know that have 3 and 4 kids that fill it up twice a day. And our garbage gets collected twice a week. Thankfully, it's something that we probably take for granted. How frequently? And I think we might even be able to get away with a kickback to once a week if they ever needed to cut some kind of cost somewhere. But It definitely prevents animals, smells, etc. for anyone that keeps their trash outside. Plus, we have a pretty large town, so anyway, getting back to New Orleans, as one crisis looms, other disasters come daily for the people responsible for moving their trash. Sanitation workers, underpaid, overworked, safe working conditions. Right?
Yep.
And I remember we covered their strike, that they were doing a strike, that they were having to work more hours for lower pay or reduced overtime. There was these guys were getting raked over the coals. So that's strike ended abruptly in September 2020. A year later, they returned to the job. Quite few structural changes, less than $1 increase. Right. So living in a city with crumbling infrastructure, a history of rampant political corruption, and a police force so abusive that they were put under a federal consent decree, many New Orleanians are accustomed to relying on themselves and their neighbors after crises. After Ida, mutual aid groups stepped up to distribute food, water, ice, their vital supplies, right?
Yep.
But Good Samaritans were taking trash in bits and bobs to the dump for our neighborhood. Getting trash out of your living space, pretty much an basic element of life, right? So when that collapses, it's a signal to the people in your neighborhood. You don't matter. No one cares. The little kids growing up, they're seeing that they've basically just been abandoned to literally trash.
Yeah, didn't New York have this problem too? Got pretty bad, right?
I think it did at one point. Yeah, I think that.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing with. It's such a New Orleans is such a massive city. It's also hot. It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a concrete oven, and I could only a trash sitting in the 7th Ward forever would just be soup. It's not it'd be awful,
Well, they said they haven't even announced yet when regular twice weekly pickup will return of recycling.
Yeah.
Or recycling collection. Right. They did announce plans to increase funding for sanitation, boosting it by about $3 million. I don't think $3 million is going to cover what it's going to cost to go back to twice a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. There was a weight coming off that's so horrible. So horrible for this person. And warmer ocean temperatures, higher sea levels will end up causing more severe hurricanes. And unless we have some abatement strategies, we'll likely need to be prepared for future superstorms, be ready to clean up the trash.
Well, you better get hip to indie left, indie left, indie left.news.